And welcome back to another episode of Nighttime. I'm your host, Kathleen Moore, and Matthew is still gone. What a bum. I've left his laptop up in solidarity, but we've got a great show for you today, recapping another week of great college football games, the rundown, and previewing UCF versus Leonardo DiCaprio. But first, let's start with the Week 3 slate. Wait, what was that? That sound, it's so familiar. That sounds like... Oh no.
He's yes. Back. Oh yes. Welcome back to Nighttime, baby. You thought I was gone. What a joke. Kathleen thought she could keep me away. She thought she could be a solo host. What a joke. As long as there is oxygen in my lungs and RJ Harvey, he bleeds orange and blue. I'm the host. Me. No Tyler Brownrick. What's up, Anya? Let's go to Cam 2. King is back. Crown me. Oh. Hey, Kathleen. Welcome back to Nighttime. I am your host, Matthew Bracker. Alongside me for the first time since episode 1. It's the greatest hosting duo HCF has ever seen. The woman who lets me do all of my bits, Kathleen Moore. Kathleen, how you feeling?
Wow. That's all I have to say about that dramatic performance here. Your theater kid is showing.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, Kathleen, I'm very proud of you. You killed an episode 2, and I missed hosting with you.
I know. It was a lot of work, but I liked it a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Just kidding.
It's time to go around the world of college football, starting with our game of the week, SEC Showdown, the rivalry game with no name. Georgia versus Tennessee. What a game. We're going to drop you in at 7-7. Joey Aguilar is going to air it out deep, and it is going to be caught. Chris Brazel, the second, he big bros the DB for the touchdown. 177 yards, 3 touchdowns. Have a day, kid. Now, Tennessee up by 8 in the 4th. Gunnar Stockton, he can air it out too. And London Humphreys, white boy of the week, makes an unbelievable catch. And Georgia ties it up, and they'd go on to win it in overtime, 44-41. Tennessee kicker is losing his scholarship.
But now on to the battle below sea level, LSU versus Florida. Garrett Nussmeier steps back, and he's going to hurl a 30-yard bomb here to Xavier Thomas, and he pulls it in and takes the lead. But we've got 8 left in the 3rd now. Hagway, he's looking, he fires, and it is picked off by Deshaun Spears. He has it, he's going. The pressure of Death Valley has gotten to Florida. Tigers win it 20-10.
5 picks, crazy. Texas A&M at Notre Dame. Now, Kathleen, why am I showing you special teams?
I don't know.
It's because it's blocked. Special teams, special plays, special players, special Tay Johnson. He gets the score. It's 34-40 now. A&M trailing. It's 4th down. Marcel Reed needs a miracle and touchdown. Jesus answers his prayers. Nate Borkacher's only catch on the night is the most important one. They walk it off, and Patrick Previty is ruined, Kathleen.
Poor Pat Prev, but big test here for Cinderella USF versus Miami. Carson Beck here, he's scanning his options. He sees something downfield. He launches an absolute dime right into the hands of my name twin, Joshua Moore. He hauls in the tutty, and this was a doozy. Miami wins 49-12. Screw you, USF, you're not that special.
Let's take it to South Carolina, though. Lenore Sellers is injured, and Vandy takes advantage. Jemizel Lassiter, he gets the touchdown here. Vandy blows him out. Diego Pavia has a date with Destiny, and Theo Vaughn has a date with Diego Pavia's mom.
Ooh, moving to Arkansas Ole Miss now. Taylon Green with plenty of room to throw, and he's going to launch it. I can't tell if Blake was his intended receiver and it was higher, if it was for C.J. Brown, and Bro jumped up. And Bro grabbed it. I mean, now Green's going to fake the handoff and throw a short little pass to Jaylen Brown, who is a bum that can't hang on to the effing ball. Ole Miss has it, and they win. 41-35. They just take it.
Hey, defense wins championships, man.
Really
I've been saying this. Now, UTEP at Texas. Here is Arch Manning. Although he doesn't look like Arch Manning, he looks like Shadur Sanders out here. I mean, what are you doing? This isn't college football 26. This isn't Madden. But it doesn't matter because Archie's pass is going to get picked off to a sea of boos by this Texas crowd. He's losing the Warby Parker NIL deal, but this is UTEP. So Arch, with 6 or 7 seconds left, steps up in the pocket and gets the touchdown. Lots to work on, but Texas gets the W 10-27.
Let's go to Clemson, Georgia Tech now. Should be no problemo for Clemson, right? Wrong. But Klubnik, he's going to look, and who does he find? Bryant Wesco Jr., and he beats every single dude in his path to tie the score here. Crazy work. Now, this is going to be the last good thing we see from Clemson, because it doesn't matter. In the 4th quarter, they're all tied up again. The only thing between Georgia Tech and the W is a 55-yard field goal. It's up. And it is good. Ooh. Clemson is officially a fraud. Screw you, Matthew. Cade Klubnik is trash.
Yeah, I got that wrong. But what a walk-off. They ran him out as the clock was ticking down. I mean, this is college football. Rush the field. What a slate of games. Really, just an amazing week 3. I thought this was going to be a very lackluster week.
Really?
We got some good ones. But now, it is time to steal a popular segment, but that's all we do here on Nighttime, right? Welcome to Buy or Sell with a nighttime favorite, Andrew Gregg. Buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing really good, and I'm excited to buy and sell with you guys. So
we can't wait.
Heck
we
yeah.
Can't wait. Now let's start here with a little hometown prompt. Okay, UCF football. UCF will win more than 6 games this season. Are we buying or are we selling? Andrew, we'll start with you.
Yeah, so I think that this is a buy just because of the fact that we are UCF students, and there's always hopeful optimism. Obviously, in that last game, we blew out North Carolina A&T, which is an FCS school, so it doesn't give you much. But I think that this North Carolina team doesn't look the greatest. The only real school that they played, they got blown out by 30 points, and there's some wins that you can kind of pencil in on that schedule. So if they can just check some of those boxes, I think that they'll get to a bowl game and win 6 games.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm buying this as well.
Yeah, I got to buy it too. I mean, obviously, we got to say that. We are a UCF show. Well, we don't have to say that. But
yeah, I mean, we hate on UCF plenty, but...
Well, you do. I like my Knights. But I do think that this schedule does favor us. I think our big test, obviously, is North Carolina.
Totally.
But I'm looking at, Kansas State. That doesn't scare me as much as it did a month ago. But we will move on to our next question, huh?
Heck yeah. All right, so the SEC championship game will be Georgia versus Tennessee rematch. What do you think, Andrew? Buy or sell?
I think this one is a sell, unfortunately, for Tennessee fans, specifically because I don't think that the Vols are going to be particularly competitive in the SEC. I think that they'll get like a bunch of... Let me rephrase that. I don't think that they'll make it back to the SEC championship. There's just too many teams in the SEC that are too good. I know that Texas is kind of fading with Arch Manning, but still Auburn is undefeated. Texas A&M just picked up a big win. There's too many teams in the SEC to really predict a SEC championship. I think Georgia could be in there, but there are like too many teams on the second half of that, and Tennessee's already behind the 8 ball with the first loss of the season.
No, I tend to agree with you. I'm selling this one as well, which I know is a hot take for Matthew here, but I just think the SEC is way too competitive. There's not really a lot of room for error in the SEC, and Tennessee already losing to Georgia, that's a fumble, and
right.
I think that's going to really hurt their chances in SEC play.
It definitely goes a long way,
For sure.
right? I mean, but I feel like the SEC is so, they eat each other alive.
They do.
Truthfully, I feel like 1 or 2 losses, it doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't really matter in this conference as much as other ones. I mean, it's still huge, but I'm going to buy just because I like being a little different here. And I love Joey Aguilar. I think he's a really good quarterback, and he almost did expose Georgia. If it wasn't for that field goal, it's 3rd down. How do you not center the kick? You have time to center the kick. You have all your timeouts. I don't get it, but we'll move on. Andrew, I think you'll like this one. Carson Beck will win the Heisman. Buy or sell?
Yeah, so as a Miami Hurricanes fan, I think that this is a really interesting one. I think that going into the season, it was a little bit less likely, but after 3 weeks, he's defeated 2 top 25 teams, and he has a third one coming up in FSU in a couple weeks. I think that if they win that game, they do it convincingly, and they go on and have an undefeated season because that is the toughest game that they have left. I think that there's a real chance that he wins the Heisman. He has the pass catchers to do it. CJ Daniels is one of them. He had one of the greatest catches I've ever seen in week 1. Also, Malachi Toney. I want to come on here and proclaim that I think that he could be one of the best Miami wide receivers of all time. He's really good. He's a true freshman, and he's just making highlight play after highlight play. So he has the guys to do it. He has the offense to do it. He has the offensive line to do it. The defense to back him up. So I think that there's a real chance that if Miami goes undefeated, you see Carson Beck raising the Heisman Trophy come January.
You buying?
I am buying.
You buying. All right. Well, I'm going to sell here, but I think it's close. I do think that Carson Beck does make it to New York, but I do like little Oklahoma quarterback action. Shout out Tyler Brownrigg. I think it's going to be tough. Garrett Nussmeier, I think he can make it too, but I see one of those guys edging out Beck. I'm not a big Carson Beck fan, but he has impressed me for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Carson Beck has for sure had a great performance at Miami. I think it's a really good fit for him over Georgia. So I'm pretty happy that he's ended up in Miami. I think he's going to be great for you guys this season. But I'm going John Mateer for my Heisman pick personally.
Oh. Hey, yeah, okay, we agree.
There we go.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, so
that doesn't
I'm
happen a
selling
lot.
on Carson Beck, but I do think it's going to be a close race.
All right, well, Clemson can still make the playoffs. Do we think they have it in them, buy or sell? Andrew?
I think this one is a sell personally, just because of the fact that FSU and Miami looked very good in their respective games so far. They obviously play each other, so one of those 2 teams is going to have an ACC loss, but I think that Clemson leaves themselves very little room for error, like we talked about in the SEC. In the ACC, it's even more magnified because there's a real chance that teams in that conference go undefeated, so 1 loss definitely hurts your chances, and if they get 2 losses, I don't think that they'll be in there. So their only pathway at this point with 2 losses in their first 3 games is making the ACC championship and winning the ACC in general, and I don't think that they'll even get to the championship game with how FSU, Miami, and even Georgia Tech are looking.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think the ACC is becoming like ever so more competitive with football. And I think that Miami's really going to be on top for the ACC. And I just don't think that Clemson can compete, especially when the pressure is on the ACC tournament. I just don't think it's in the cards for them. So I'm selling.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to have to sell too. I mean, I'm looking at their schedule right now, and I do not see a world where they make it out. I mean, their next game up is Syracuse. I'm sorry, I feel like Syracuse could easily beat them right now the way they're playing. And, well, maybe not easily, but, like, it's definitely in the conversation. And FSU and South Carolina down the road, I don't see any world that they could make this ACC championship.
Their strength of schedule is crazy, but let's move on to Ohio State winning back-to-back natties. Andrew?
Yeah, so I am selling this one. I came on here last semester, or 2 semesters ago at this point, and said that Ohio State was going to win the national championship. And I want to take a little credit for that first off. I've done that like 3 times now. But I think that I said that Oregon was going to win the national championship, and I'm sticking by my guns in saying that Oregon is one of the best teams in the Big Ten and just in all of college football. Dante Moore's looked really good behind the offensive line, and they have one of the best defensive fronts in all of college football. So I'm sticking with them to win the national championship, and I don't think that Ohio State has it this year.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I think it's really hard to go back-to-back in college football unless you're Nick Saban in Alabama.
Yeah.
So I'm selling here as well. I just think there are stronger contenders this year, and just I think when we come down to it in the playoffs, Ohio State's not going to be able to pull through.
Yeah, I don't know. This one, I think, probably my toughest one that I have done so far. But I'm going to buy here. I kind of believe in this Ohio State team. I've really liked what I've seen so far out of Sayan. I was a little critical of him after the Texas game, but I mean, that was a hard-played game, and I think Penn State are frauds. Sorry, Kathleen.
Bro, they just haven't even been tested yet. You have no idea what they...
Exactly, they haven't been tested yet, but that's enough for this segment. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on, and for your sake, I hope the Oregon pick works out. But that's going to do it for this one. Stay tuned because we have a classic nighttime segment that's coming up right now.
Hi, sorry to interrupt your show, but I want to give you a little rundown of everything we do here at the Hitting the Field Network. My name's Nick Cohen, and I'm the host of Hitting the Field, our flagship show heading into season 21. Live streaming every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we talk about anything and everything sports. Tuesdays, we have season 3 of Girls Got Game. Hosts Katie Sue Christensen and Mia Flores discuss all the biggest topics in women's sports. On Wednesdays, make sure to tune into Season 7 of The Combine, hosted once again by Ty Patton. This podcast dives deep into every detail about the NFL season. Next on Thursdays, we live stream Season 11 of HTF Bets, brought to you by Andrew Gregg, Diego Ortiz, and Ben Huber. Any sports betting questions? I'll let the pros answer those on Thursday. Then TGIF, because we have new episodes of Season 9 of Nighttime, hosted again by Matthew Bracker and Kathleen Moore. Nighttime keeps you up to date on all UCF and collegiate sports. And ultimately, Edgar Rodriguez and Patrick De Leon are back for Season 2 of HTFC. Soccer is a year-round sport, so make sure not to miss HTFC. Lastly, end your week on Sundays with our vlog squad, asking the hard-hitting questions and letting you behind the scenes of our studio days. Make sure to follow us on our social medias like Instagram and TikTok to stay updated on all HTFN news. Remember to subscribe to the Hitting the Field Network on YouTube, leave a like and comment, and with that, I think we're ready for your next segment. I've been Nick Cohen, and enjoy the rest of your show.
And we are back for our very favorite segment ever, the rundown. So you know the rules. We got a minute for each topic. I'm going to try to stay on time and not say things we have to censor in post. So let's do it, right? Starting off here with UCLA and Virginia Tech firing their head coach after 3 weeks into the season. Now, UCLA and Virginia Tech, obviously, both of their guys are gone, right? Both of these teams have kind of been in the center of an NIL dispute, right? But UCLA especially with Nico, huh, Kathleen?
Yeah, Nico can't win a game. Takes $1 million pay cut just to lose his head coach after 3 weeks. And now the question begs, Matthew, will Nico can't stay with the team try and transfer again?
I kind of think yes. I think that he's so bummy, like he will. This is like kind of what we're seeing out of the dude over at Boise State, right?
Right.
And especially in this world, although limited transfer portal access now with these new rules, but we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah, it's a character issue in my opinion.
I
But
agree.
let's move on to our next topic, new uniforms. So UCF, Georgia Tech, they have new uniforms based in school traditions, where schools like Cincinnati and Boston College have debuted completely new looks. But we're going to take a look here at Oregon's new uniforms. Now, some people are saying that Oregon is drip U over UCF. I think that's preposterous, frankly. I think the UCF uniforms are so tough, especially the first Frost ones. I think they were so cool, right?
Exactly. I mean, they're stealing our flow. I
know.
mean, the Oregon ones, come on, they are so drawing inspiration
Right.
from the black and gold. I understand we don't own black and gold, but like, it's kind of our thing, you know?
Stop stealing from us. Stop stealing.
Everyone wants to be UCF, apparently.
Yeah, I
never
mean,
thought I would say that ever.
Who knew we were so
Ever.
popular?
But I mean, there's some other pretty good uniforms out.
agree.
I feel like this has been, pretty good season for uniforms. A lot of drip. But I
Totally.
still think we're drip U. I mean,
Totally.
that's all we
I mean,
have.
space unis, like, they're going to go off. I can't wait to see them in a few weeks, but let's move on. Notre Dame is 0-2, and somehow they're still in the top 25. Now, obviously, it's not Notre Dame's fault that they're still in the top 25. It's a testament to how effing terrible the AP poll voters are. Half of them don't deserve their jobs, I'm convinced. Let us rank, for real. The TikTok people love us, especially Matthew. They really love Matthew.
Okay, if I remember correctly, they said Matthew, Jack, and Kathleen are ultimate non-ball
That's
mowers.
actually a hidden comment, and you made that graphic without my input.
Because someone doesn't fill out their sheets when I ask them to.
No.
Oh.
No, you run the TikTok. That's not my job. I'm not a
Okay,
I'm
whatever.
not
We're talking
social
about Notre
media.
Dame. We're talking about Notre Dame. I mean, look, there is a real problem with the AP voters. A lot of them just don't be watching games, which is crazy because college football is the coolest thing in the world. But, people have made the argument that Notre Dame deserves to be in the top 25 because of how they've lost. But I'm sorry, you're 0-2. Patrick Previty, it's time to hang it up, bro. It's time to hang it up.
Yeah, Pat, come on now.
It's crazy.
Come on now,
It's
bro.
crazy.
But now we have to move on to sort of Notre Dame-esque.
Yeah.
The Ireland curse. So, Matthew, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
So, forget the luck of the Irish, right? Because there is a curse of the Irish. Okay, the last two seasons, the team to open their year in Ireland and lose has had program-defining, just awful seasons. Last year, obviously, FSU, we all know the story there. This year, it could be Kansas State. Coming into the season, favorites for the Big 12, I think, next to Arizona State, obviously, last year's champions. They look so bad, and it begs the question, is the Ireland curse real? Kathleen, what do you think?
I definitely think so, and I really hope it is because I need Kansas State to be so we can win.
Yeah.
So we can win.
Yeah. As long as we are not towards the bottom of the Big 12, I'm fine with that. If this
Middle
is
of
building
the
it,
pack,
I am fine with that.
Middle of the pack, I'll take it any day of the week.
We
personally.
strive for mediocrity
We
here
do.
at nighttime. What can we say? Hey, Ireland curse, there's also the college football cover curse because
Yeah.
Ryan Williams is
Madden curse.
dead. Yeah, exactly. So many curses.
So many options
But
here.
we're going to talk about something a little interesting here. There is a red field in college football. Now, Clark Atlanta, a D2 school, plays on a red turf. I don't know how to feel about this because the Boise State field, I can kind of get behind. This one, I feel like, especially if you don't color correct your cameras right before the game, it's kind of an eyesore. I don't
totally
like
is.
it.
I mean, it's definitely horrid to look at.
Yeah.
But I don't really think it matters that much because it's a D2.
Well,
it's a D2 school at the
But
end
they're
of the
still
day.
apparently getting on air for ESPN.
Because it's literally just a money grab so they can be on TV.
I suppose. Now, look, I mean, a lot of fields, I feel like, do this. I mean, we know Colorado with the, they have the, black end zone, I suppose. Or, I mean, you remember when the guy caught the ball because he
do.
thought he was inbounds, but he wasn't. Do you think, this is going to be a trend? Like, a lot of teams are going to be coloring their fields now?
I hope not. I think it's ugly. Play the freaking game on a green field.
Yeah.
Just, why are we doing too much? But, Maddie B, how do you feel about your first rundown of the season?
I'm happy to be back, man. Hey, it's action-packed, you gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
But get ready for our next segment when we come back because we are going to be previewing UCF versus Unk University.
You never got me anything for my birthday.
I don't even know what that is. I thought birthdays were every 100 years like the Kids' Choice Awards.
What?
Finally, he's here, man. He's always late.
Who?
Marcus?
You good?
I'd give them one of these, and one of these.
Behind every on-screen moment is a whole team of engineers and technologists.
And you can be a part of such a team through SMPTE at UCF. You'll join a team of students just like you who are ready to innovate the future of TV and film.
With SMPTE at UCF, you'll be able to connect with local industry pros, learn about new technology in the industry, as well as get backstage experience that really matters. Join SMPTE for a backstage pass to all of this.
We meet every last Monday of the month for our general body meetings. There we discuss how new technology is being used to create new media, and we get to highlight local professionals and their specialties.
On top of that, we have some site visits planned, so tune into our social media to be notified of when those will happen.
So if you're ready to pull back the curtain and find out what really happens behind the scenes, join SMPTE at UCF.
And welcome back. Today we are so excited to welcome back on Layla Wall to preview UCF versus UNC. Layla, how are you doing?
So excited and so happy to be back on nighttime and talking UCF football.
Hey, we're happy to have you back. You're one of our favorites, Layla.
Heck yeah.
You're one of our favorites. So let's get into this game. All right, UCF versus UNC. Who the frick is Bill Belichick, right? I mean, what? You wanted me to do that? Don't switch up now.
I did not.
That's ridiculous.
I didn't
Whatever.
say
You're
that.
fake. Anyways, let's get into it, okay? UNC is coming into UCF. UNC obviously had a shaky start to the season, but they've kind of picked up some momentum. We are 2-0 on the year. Kinda. It's Bill Belichick. I'm nervous. It's the greatest coach of all time. All right, whatever. You know what? Let's just get into our questions here. Layla, we'll start with you. What do you think UCF needs to do to get a win here? Because we need a win here.
Totally.
Yeah.
We definitely need this win, and I would say establishing our run game is so crucial in this game, but in order to do that, we have to have an O-line that can block. So we have the talent on our feet with Nixon and Montgomery as running backs. Like, we can run the ball. We just need our O-line to lock in because we know UNC has great defense. They're known for their defense. So if we can establish that run game, I think we have a really great shot.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel like that's the story with UCF football week in and week out. Truthfully, what I want to see is Taven Jackson air it out a little more.
Right.
Kind of, show a little bit what we haven't seen, right? Because we've seen Miles, we've seen, Isaiah Nixon, all that stuff.
Jaden Nixon.
I always do this. I always get the name switched up.
Silly.
Yeah, whatever. But I'd love to see some of these, wide receivers. Because DJ Black, he had a great week 1, and then he kind of went quiet in week 2. He almost had that one touchdown that ended at the 1.
I just want to diversify the offense more. I just feel like every single game we're focusing on either the passing game or the run game, and I don't like that. That's going to get us figured out by UNC's defense way too easily. There has to be diversity in the offense.
Bill Belichick, if we start pulling that, he's so going to pick up on that immediately. Now, speaking about Bill, Layla, is there a mental edge to playing against Bill Belichick? Are these players going to be like, oh my God, this is the greatest coach of all time? How do you think, Scott and them have handled that coming into this week?
Yeah, I do. I think it's definitely a mental game. He is one of the greatest coaches of all time, such a big name in college football. So I think that does maybe affect the confidence maybe going into it, despite maybe UNC's actual talent, but it's Bill Belichick,
right.
But Scott Frost, he's done great things for us in the past, so I'm hoping that he can just motivate these players to just, do what we know how to do. We have the talent, so just get the idea that it is Bill Belichick out of our minds and just play some football.
For sure. And I think we need to remember, too, Bill Belichick is a huge name in NFL history. He has no history with college football.
He's unproven.
0.
Yeah.
So, hey, that guy doesn't have a single national title. What the heck, man?
Exactly. He's a bum, for sure.
But moving on, ESPN has us at 83.2% favorites in this game. Do we agree with that? Not agree? What are our thoughts here?
That's a pretty high number. I want to be optimistic, and I do think we're going to win, but I don't know if I would have that much confidence. Maybe in the 60s somewhere.
I think that's fair. We have home field advantage, but we've seen sometimes, come halftime, that doesn't really matter.
Home field doesn't really mean a lot here. I feel like it's not like we're Death Valley where we've got like 100,000 fans in the stand. I mean, this is the Acrisure Bounce House, for God's sake.
Yeah, but I'll say 60. I'll say like 60%.
Yeah.
I believe in us for sure. Well, let's get into score predictions. Layla, what do you think the final score is going to be for this game?
I have us winning 21-17. I think it's going to be a relatively low-scoring game on both sides. Like I said, UNC has the defense, but I'm just hoping that we win at all. If it's like 3-0, I don't care.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I kind of feel you there. I was going 24-17, so around the same vein, but I'm hoping for a 2-possession.
I'll be optimistic and say, you know what? Let's do like 31-14. We get hot in the second. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what? It's time for something fun, all right? I don't want to think about UNC anymore. I'm a little scared. We're going to be drafting a team of our top 5 UCF players of all time. Any team, any player. So this is a snake draft. So Layla, you are our guest. You'll be starting first, followed by me, and then Kathleen.
Because Jack Kelly hates me.
At least I get some heat off my back. Here we go. Layla, who is your 1-1?
All right, I have someone that I'm pretty sure no one else will maybe have. Michelle Akers, a soccer player. She's from Seattle, came to UCF. She did great things during her college career. She was a 4-time All-American and holds the record for most goals scored. But outside of that, she won 2 World Cups and an Olympic gold medal, one of the best female soccer players of all time. And I think she should be noted.
Shoot, love that. All right, Matthew, go ahead.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious who I'm picking here. My favorite UCF player of all time, my Denver Bronco. Give me R.J. Harvey. Okay, give me R.J. Harvey at the 1-2. This guy is fast. This guy is electric. 50-yard run in his first career game. Electric. I love my R.J. Harvey, and he is my first pick of this draft.
Button up your shirt, Matthew.
Right.
I'm going Kevin
Wait a while
Smith
for that bit.
for my overall pick. I mean, his 2007 season alone, I feel like makes him #1 here. So. The end, Layla. Oh, wait, no, Matthew, sorry.
No, it's you. You have back-to-back.
Oh, I get back-to-back. I get back-to-back.
Yeah.
Mackenzie Milton. Give me Mackenzie Milton. Undefeated leader. One of the most iconic Knights of all time.
Right.
I'm taking him.
That's not a bad pick
go.
at all. Now, I'm going to go quarterback here. And there's, a couple legendary quarterbacks from UCF. Mackenzie Milton, he was on my board. Blake Bortles. But give me Dante Culpepper.
Ooh, I like it.
One of the founding fathers of UCF football. I mean, he's at the top of almost every single stat we have. I'll take Culpepper here.
Yeah, I like it. Layla?
Yeah, so you guys are taking everyone, but that's okay. Matthew mentioned Blake Bortles, so I'm going to have him at my 2. He won AAC Offensive Player of the Year, selected 3rd overall, pretty high, and he did great things at the Jags where he played in the NFL, so I'll take him.
That's fair.
Love it. And
That's
so
fair.
you get another one.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, sticking with football, I'm going to take Bruce Miller. On the defensive side, arguably one of the best defensive players in UCF history. 57.5 tackles for loss and 35.5 sacks. Pretty impressive.
Love it.
That is very impressive.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Well, I think it's time to get out of the football range. There's
better not be looking at my
I'm
big
not
board.
looking at your thing. I can't. You're hiding it like this. You're like that. I think there's a lot of great football players on my board here, but I kind of want to switch things up. Now, I'm going to go over to UCF basketball. There's a lot of players I could pick at UCF basketball. God knows. But I think we need to get someone who might be the face of UCF basketball. Taco Fall. Give me Taco Fall, 7 foot whatever. Dude, that game against Duke, we almost beat Zion Williamson. Taco Fall, where is he right now? I don't even know what country he's at right now. He's been playing everywhere, but that doesn't matter, all right? Because he's a UCF legend, okay? #1 in blocks and rebounds and whatever. I'm taking him. We need a big defensive name. My team needs a Dennis Rodman, and we'll get it in Taco Fall.
Well, I'm sticking with football because that's what I like.
Sure.
I like it. Sorry. Sure. I'm going Shaquem Griffin. Edge rusher, defensive heart of 2017.
Yeah.
He's inspirational. He is dominant.
Yeah.
Love that guy. And now, I get to go back to back.
You do.
Mike Hughes. Cornerback.
Yeah.
He had a short but legendary UCF career. So there we go.
The draft board is getting slim. I'm upset you took Griffin. I was thinking he's going to be next. What is this, 4? Pick 4? Let's go with Sante Samuel, DB for UCF. One of the more iconic, I feel like, players to transition to the NFL for UCF. He had a pretty solid career. I mean, just what more can you say? He's
There
a
you go.
lockdown. We'll go with him.
There you go.
So I'm going to head to volleyball now with McKenna Millville. She was a 3-time AAC Player of the Year and has the most kills of all time in UCF history with over 2,000, over 2,600 actually. So crazy numbers there. And then back to football. I'm going to take Brandon Marshall.
No!
Sorry, Matthew. Sorry.
Oh, I love crushing his dreams.
He was super impressive in college, but I actually want to talk about what he did in the NFL because he had 1,000-plus yard seasons with 4 different teams in the NFL. The first to ever do that.
Yeah.
So
That guy.
Yeah. And I mean, Denver Bronco, obviously that's why I wanted him for sure. There's so many players I feel like I can take with this last pick here. You know,
Can I get
you
2
got.
more?
How many have you picked so
I
far?
don't remember. 4?
Yeah, so you get 1 more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 5. Okay. I mean, we got Caitlin Peterson, right? We have Darius Johnson, right? But I think I got to shout someone out who's doing pretty good right now and switch sports entirely. Give me Ben Lively, pitcher for UCF. One of the more successful MLB pitchers from UCF here. He's having a great season right now, actually, averaging about a 3.22 ERA. Last season, 29 games started, 3.81 ERA. So I'm going to take a pitcher for my last pick.
Okay.
Kathleen, what do you think?
I'm going away from football for my last pick. I'm going volleyball, just like Layla. She just hit 1,000 career digs,
Yeah.
which is insane, by the way.
Yeah.
Sophia Kotslavos.
It's a good
She's
pick.
playing actively. She
Yeah.
hit 1,000 career digs this weekend versus FAU.
Yeah.
She's incredible. She's like incredibly compact. She's exactly what you want out of a libero or a defensive specialist. So give me Sophia, round it out.
That's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
Actually, I do like your team a lot.
Thank you. I like your team a lot, Layla.
Thank you.
Your team is solid, and Marshall's a great pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, well, I think it's time for a Game of the Week pick, huh?
Heck yeah.
Now,
And
it has been a long time coming, but, you know, the hat gets us all in the end.
the chicken time
All right.
for Matthew Bracker.
What?
He's been putting this off for weeks.
I had uveitis.
Weeks he's been putting it off.
That was punishment enough.
Not enough.
Whatever. Okay, our Game of the Week is 21st Michigan at Nebraska. Layla, who do you think is coming away with this one?
I'm going to say Nebraska because I'm a Michigan hater. That's really my only reasoning.
Okay.
Honestly.
I love picks, field, and hatred.
Exactly.
I'm going Michigan here, though. Although I do hate every single Michigan and Ohio State fan, I think you guys are all that is wrong in this world.
Call them out.
Shout out.
Hell yeah.
Bruh, their rivalry is so angry that they just make everything miserable for everyone around them.
But that's kind of fun. Anyways, I'm going to go Nebraska here. Bryce Underwood's good, but I kind of like Dylan Raiola at home, and that's my only reasoning. But I think that's going to do it for nighttime. Huh, Kathleen?
Yeah, you know, hopefully next time you see us, Bill Belichick will be crying over another loss, and his 25-year-old girlfriend is threatening abuse of an elderly man. Thank you to all of our guests that came on today. We will see you all next week for a brand new episode of Nighttime. Have a good one.